In 5, 4, 3, 2. I know Katie has told you what to think of me. Isn't she wonderful? Lawsuits and trolling, and this has all been in the name of breaking code silence. It's all for real. I'm telling you how I feel. So wake up your inner Barbie bitch, 'cause it's your time to leave. There's no chance unless you make one. And the time to see the clear pattern of narcissistic behavior. Some things are clear to see, so I'll get your back. Leave Katie next to me. Leave Katie next to me. Let Katie not hate me. Leave Katie next to me. You made me do that, bitch. So, welcome to iCari.
We have so much smoke going on in Ohio. I had to cough that whole time, and I had to hold it in because I couldn't ruin it.
How did that sound to you?
It was good.
These bitches made me fucking do that.
I think it's better than to be expected.
I sequenced that whole thing on here, alright? That was not karaoke. I did that. For you, motherfuckers. Alright. Alright, my friend sound pack came in handy. Alright, can't wait to tell my friend what sound pack I made that in. I wanted to start off really quick and just mention something that has gotten me through everything is Joseph Campbell's Hero Cycle, and something that I remembered about it in my life. Joseph Campbell's Hero Cycle is an allegory for the cult world. And I don't remember how much what I learned at CEDU was made up or actually Joseph Campbell, because when I've gone back and tried to research him, I think it's mostly CEDU made a lot of shit up. But in the hero cycle, there are all these trials and tribulations that the hero has to go through to make their journey, a heroic one. And what CEDU told me were words that aren't in what the original texts are, like leap of faith and belly of the whale, and they don't call it a spirit guide. They call it a something else, or whatever. There's all these, whatever. But the one thing, and I've been able to find those little rites of passages in other works of, storytelling, and especially Watership Down. But when I was reading Watership Down, there was something that bothered me, is that there was a rite in there that wasn't named in Joseph Campbell's Hero Cycle, and it was when the bunnies were stuck in a cult. And that was the something that clicked into my brain, and that the Hero Cycle is a way to get out of the cult world. Cult experts use things like The Matrix and Star Wars, which are great Hero Cycles journeys, especially sagas, because the big thing about hero cycles is that is never changing. That, like, you have to be your hero, you have to keep becoming a better person and start over. Because the cult world kind of also holds you back and tries to bring you back in. So there was a part in Watership Down that always bothered me growing up. I'm like, Joseph Campbell doesn't have something about cults, and I think that it was almost that, now that I'm making this documentary about cults, I feel like CEDU was almost teaching us about cults. And I've talked to staff about it, and they've almost agreed. It was like, when I talked to Randolph about it, he was like, yeah, like CEDU was like the anti-cult. This is why, like, we would tell you this isn't a cult, even though it kind of ran, I don't know. But something that's really helped me navigate the fucking survivor community is remembering, like, that this is just the Wizard of Oz, that none of this is real. But I just want everybody to remember that when you are reacting to things you've seen on the internet, it's a picture that could have been doctored. It could be anything. You don't know what it is. I almost overreacted to something that was said to me, and it was like, well, all those are pictures of public places and a bunch of crossed out things that could really mean absolutely anything. Why would I react to things that mean nothing because they say something, because they're trying to get a reaction out of me? I will never do that again. So, yeah, that's just kind of why I wanted to start that off with that. And so, hello, Megan. It has been a crazy few weeks. We started a podcast that a lot of people are talking about. How has that been for you? You can
This
talk.
is unfair because like I don't rehearse my answers. So like the only thing I could say is I loved that I woke up to the site bullying me and I'm like, "Oh, let me check this before court on Tuesday," right? Thinking like nothing was going to go good and it went well, you know. But I noticed that they're already commenting about the podcast and I hadn't even seen it. And I'm like, "Oh God." So I'm
The
like getting
court
ready
is?
for no, the website. So I'm
Oh,
getting
okay.
ready for court, trying to multitask, listen to this podcast, trying to make sure I can be like the most like presentable version of myself. And it's been like it's been like a surreal 72 hours for me, like not to really comment on like details, but like being able to not be confined to my home, which is no
Yeah,
big
that's a very big
secret,
deal. No, thank you for
is
continuing for
is
doing
it's
this,
kind of
even though, yeah.
yeah. And I don't want to, I want to be humble about it, obviously, but like it's nice just to regain parts of my life back. Like I've been swimming with my friends. I went to lunch with my husband. I went to the flea market. Like just the little things that kind of like make me feel human again, you know? So it's been a lot to balance.
Good, good. No, yeah, it's hard because I try not to look at our texts because I don't want to get triggered. So I actually didn't realize that you were getting out
I
until
didn't know I was getting out till Tuesday, but yeah.
okay. So it wasn't
It
straight.
happened in court. So I went Thursday and then it was postponed till Tuesday and then I went Tuesday and then I had to like shaking, nervous and like completely scared, anxiety ridden read a letter to the judge and I guess like whatever the facts of, you know, the parameters be and the situation is and whatever happened in court, he decided that I could get off, you know, house arrest for the pending
Oh,
whatever's
good.
happening. Yeah.
Well,
So
that's good. So you're
so that's what occurred there. Like not really like I could talk about it because it's like kind of like everybody knows, but like everything else is kind of like I'm not supposed to talk about obviously, but it's just nice to kind of feel like I'm a human again.
yes.
If that makes sense, because like for so long I just felt like I was going through them. I was surviving and like now I'm back to like existing. And then hopefully we could get back to at some point thriving.
What was the last thing you said?
I said hopefully at some point I can get back to like the thriving era, you know, like doing good. But I mean, I have a lot of things in the pipe works going on. Like I get to be part of this photo shoot coming up. I get to be part of it's like strong female voices. I get to be part of, you know, mental health movements coming up. Like I'm excited for what could happen despite I got a little free library grant. My power went out. This is funny. I was outside charging my ankle monitor on a generator that my father-in-law gave us in the backyard
To try
because
to
I
stay
was
in
so
compliance with your fucking
yes
thing,
because
yeah.
I was so I've been so afraid of like you
And so
know
they were
doing the
probably
wrong
like,
thing.
she can go now. She's the only person that did that in our entire state. So you know, I think that they might have just been like, yeah, she's all right. She's not a threat to anyone.
I mean different people will tell you different stories, but like I'm just letting it unfold. But I mean, Ohio's been wild, so we had that. Like now I'm in my friend's son's, like I said, stim room because he's my little autistic buddy. But we have like the Canada wildfire right now coming in over here, so it's like you can't even see your arm in front of you outside right now. So it's just one thing after another, but it's just trying to like enjoy, I guess, the little things is kind of like, and I feel like that's why a lot of like the podcast came out and then court happened and then it's been just like I'm trying not to like just keep swimming, you know, but like it's been a lot. It's been a lot, and the threats and the escalations of everything. It's wild. Like
Why would you speak for him? Why you shed a tear for him? He's such a, oh, wait till you hear what this woman says about him. I do not care how anybody fucks you people. Seriously, I don't care. There is nothing that could make me give a shit what people do in bed. Period. Try the fuck again. Next. Like, seriously? I have never had sexual trauma. So you want to be like, oh, this guy was mean to women? I don't think that has anything to do with what we're trying to do as adults. All that is a tactic sent by Catherine McNamara, who I highly believe is working for the fucking government trying to make us all kill each other. So go the fuck on again. Go tell Katie Mack I said that. I'm so sick of this.
I just think it's funny that she's like assuming that she knows so much information that she publicly makes the statements she does that have no factual credibility while she claims the victim. Well, she's the one actually threatening and bullying everyone else. Like it's fucking wild. It's like the wildest reverse Uno.
I never used the word psyop. I have never used the word psyop, especially.
Oh, it's in her bio. It's in her bio.
This is the first time I've ever spoken the word psyop on record before, Katie Mack. I wonder how many times Katie has called herself a psyop publicly. I'm guessing hundreds because that's what she, like, makes fun of me with, right? I'm a psyop, da-da-da. I have never spoken those words, you stupid little bird-nosed fucking woman. You just gave yourself away, you fucking
Don't be
moron.
mean. Don't be mean. I do want to preface that, like, people want to talk about emails. Nobody knows about the contents. There were evidence packages in every email I sent, and every email that I sent to her. So the emails that I've had to send to Catherine McNamara, that's what your company has, honey. Like, I'm not worried about what I wrote. I'm worried about what you did that got them written.
Yes. No, I'm pretty sure that she's hacked my computer or something. I think that she...
I keep hearing she hacks everybody.
She on the public podcast. What was it?
I've heard she's hacked everybody has a suspicion that they have been targeted by this woman and hacked. And I've been through hackings too. I've had people in the community reach out to me because they thought it was her hacking me, and it was like, what? I didn't even say it.
The whole thing is that a lot of people have somebody that's right below Katie that they've been fucked with by that person. Like, and so they're like, oh, well, Katie was just around for that, but it wasn't her, it was somebody else. And it's like, well, she was watching all this happen. You don't think that she was fucking the one that was making it happen? Because I've heard this exact set of circumstances, but it happening to somebody else, that, you know, not Katie, but somebody right below Katie that was doing this to another person, usually a male. And
well, that would make sense.
Usually somebody
that
just
would
wrote
be
a book, or was in a documentary, or was in a really good podcast, or made a really good TikTok, or was it some sort of public good figure for this? And then all of a sudden, when they got too far, they were fucking cut out. Literally, in some sort of way.
Well, I think it's hilarious, and I don't know if you caught this piece because I was trying just to piece it together for you. So there was this fake AI podcast made about me. There were 3 episodes. They were like 45 minutes each. It was wild. And then they tried to like make a transcript of it and call it Legal Analyst 1. And it would sound to like a layman, like someone that didn't know the difference, like maybe that could be legit. It sounds like 2 voices having a good banter, you know, but no, it's totally fake. So I didn't know who it was, but I always thought, you know, it was the Katie Mack crew, you know, for lack of better terminology. I had no clue who.
We just might as well call this the Paris Hilton Cult, because you know what? That's what more people are going to understand. This is a Paris
Hilton Cult. So I thought it was the Paris Hilton Cult, but I didn't think anything of like who it could have specifically been. But right after Moody was on the podcast, he ended up on the site that bullies me. Well, that's where the podcast got released. Then it got sent to Reddit. And both the Hyde Mean Girls were reposting the links the whole time.
So well, now I'm thinking that Moody I think that Moody was our slip. I think he might have, you know,
I think Vexatious Litigant, the same person that made my podcast, brought one out about John Moody.
That is not a real person.
I know. That's what I'm telling you. It's one of these Paris Hilton Cult members.
Super soldiers. It's probably
that's what I'm telling you.
What's her name? Tesla.
I think it's our Wilton, Connecticut friend.
What?
I think it's our Wilton, Connecticut friend.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, okay. No, that is. Okay, I'd like to say, if you have a Yale badge on your fucking keychain, you goddamn loser, you've never been able to walk around the streets of New Haven because we target you if you walk around with a Yale keychain.
Be nice. Don't say that's a threat. Like, preface that, though, because they'll, like, use it as, like, see, they're threatening me.
No, because, like, so I made some reels, and then all of a sudden, oh, I know she lives in Connecticut, and all this stuff in Connecticut, and it's like, I did that to you on purpose.
Yeah, no. I've never spoken to this woman. I've never talked to this woman. I'm going to reiterate, I've
I did
never
that to you on
even
purpose. Sorry.
directly or indirectly. I mean, as far as we know, we aren't even Eskimo sisters. Like, I've never been with anyone she's been with. There's
The
no need for
craziest thing
this.
is that finding out that John Moody and this person never even met in real life.
Yeah, no, my understanding is she was trying to write a book about him, and like I said, Truman Capote'd him.
It's amazing. It's
Like
amazing.
she fell in love with her subject and then digressed all that anger upon everybody else in the collateral shrapnel radius.
I was assuming at some point they must have fucked because there was no way that this woman could be that crazy over never getting the D2. Like seriously, this just was insane. Yeah. But so yeah, what I like I would like to properly let you have a normal ass introduction where you're not also giving the answer that you've practiced over and over again that is like the short sweet, you know what I mean? I would like you to have like, in 20 minutes, half an hour, like explain like you know what I mean? It doesn't, and you don't have to be apologetic or whatever. Be brutally honest, you know what I mean? Like, not the polished version, not the one that you
I don't even have a
repeated.
polished version. I just have the like what I think people
You don't
want
even
to
have that
hear.
version, do you?
No, I just have no.
Because no, because it's like when you give your answer, it's the same answer. It's just like repeating.
But sometimes there's
rehearsing.
details that I include, and sometimes there's details that I don't include that are part of the whole picture that put it together that I don't always, like I didn't for a long time, I didn't talk about my son going into the TTI or my eldest son being with a TTI survivor from Hyde. Like those are developments I wasn't comfortable with when my story came out, but now it has. So people are like, well, what? So I'm not just a mom of a TTI kid. I'm also a TTI kid.
That's I mean, yeah, that's insane. That's
And I have a
absolutely
child
insane.
with another survivor of the TTI that I tried to sue. So, and I also want to put this out there for like everyone saying that I went to some spoiled brat, like rich kid school. I
Who's
was
saying that?
it's all over the internet. It's a lot of things that are going
Oh,
around. I want to let people know I was fucking child labor trafficked by fucking federal law that was broken on those statutes. So I am not only like a child abuse victim, I'm also a victim of trafficking, much like a lot of us for labor and some for sex in these programs. And no matter if it's 3 months, if it's 4 months, if it's fucking 2 years, I did another year and a half at another watch listed school after. So for people saying, oh, she had 3 months and she's a spoiled brat, I went through 2 years in the most critical development almost of my life, other than infancy, in this fucked up places for 2 years.
no, yeah, no. If you like, yeah, yeah, it's funny because the people that are in charge were barely fucking in anything, or what's hysterical is that they're trying to make fun of the way you look, and we just saw what Katie looks like with fucking only foundation on, and it was I couldn't. It's like we can't make fun of her anymore because that's how bad it is.
And I mean, I'd like to say, like, shout out to my Snapchat peeps because, like, I love that I get, like, 500 to, like, 1,000 friend requests a day. Like, you guys make me feel beautiful on there. Like, I just want to let you know, like, anywhere that I would feel ugly about myself because, like, they be tearing down my looks and stuff and, like, she's so ugly. Like, it's all that makeup. This isn't even a lot of makeup. It's just a lot of eyeshadow, bitches. But either way.
I like, because like my Sea-Doo friends are like, who's your co-host? She's hot. I'm like, well, right now they're calling her ugly, and they're like, what the fuck are they doing that for? I'm like, because they're fucking ugly little fucking insecure little girls that never went to high school.
I mean, I did gain. Okay, so I will have this moment. I definitely did gain some weight on house arrest. I went through a lot. Like I went down. This was traumatic. Like this whole situation, and I'm not even saying for me,
Who
just
the fuck cares? Of course
the
she
whole
did.
experience. You know what I mean? And people want to rip on me for that, but I look back now at pictures of me last year. Yes, I was healthy. Yes, I
And we
was a
should
lot
not even
smaller.
be arguing with the fact nobody should be commenting on anybody's fucking body weight. Jesus
But here's the thing, like
Christ.
I look back now and what people didn't realize is I was struggling with my eating disorder again because of the stress of everything going on. Like this is me healthy. Like this is me. Like this is how I'm gonna be. Like this is it. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with it.
No, it's what's crazy, you know, I like fat girls are better in bed, just so you know. So you want to make fun of girls being a little chunky? They don't really. When a girl's a little chunky and they're in bed with you, they don't really care about that, and they're gonna be a little more fun than a skinny bitch. They're just gonna lie there. So you know.
So my best friend, like here in Ohio, the one whose house I'm at, she has a pool out back, and it's like a pretty big pool this year. So she's like, Megan, when you get home, we're gonna chunky dunk all summer. I'm like, yes, bitch. Like that's where it is.
It's so fucking the '90s to give a shit about weight like that, man.
So it's really funny about my looks. Like it's always been a really like, and I wanted to talk about this. I just didn't know when the time would come up, but I guess we can do it now. So like when I was younger, my mom, like I was adopted. So Karen is my adopted mom, right? Micah is my biological mother. She was from Ohio. So I was actually born in the next county over where I live right now. So I was born in Warren, Ohio. I now live in Mahoning. I live in Youngstown at this point. But I moved back and I lived in Lordstown. Anyway, long story short, Karen, my adopted mom, used to always tell me, Megan, what the fuck are you going to do with your life when your looks fade? That would be what she would always tell me. Like I had no anything outside of the way I looked. And mind you, I was really awkward in high school. I was made fun of. I was called like a duck. I had buck teeth. I was not cute in high school. And I learned to do my makeup and like everything changed and people changed the way they act around me, but I'm still the same person I've always been. I just think that people want to judge me by the way that I look. But when they get to know me, like I'm like the definition of like, I probably am not that attractive, but I'd like to think that my personality kind of makes up for that because I'm not like a shitty human, you know?
You're not
And,
fucking ugly. Anybody that's told you that is ugly themselves. It's
but I think that
ridiculous.
like ugly people can be beautiful in their own way because like nobody's actually ugly, but you can have the most beautiful person and they can actually be very unattractive because they are not a good person.
Yeah, Hannah Kay.
I don't know her personally. I don't know her. I've heard enough that I don't think I would want to get to know her. Yeah, no.
No, it's
No.
I've never heard a pretty person make fun of anybody else for being ugly, have you?
No, and my husband gets so mad at me because we're out and I'm like, girl,
So
you're
how often do you hear
adorable.
like supermodels like putting people down facially?
No.
I've
No.
never seen it. You see, like, fuck, you know what I mean? It just doesn't happen. So
So I was talking to one of my other friends. She's not really big in like the survivor community, but she's got like a very good online presence. She's been like my bestie forever since we lost our one. So another reason I do all this is I lost my one best friend of suicide and I lost my other best friend of a fentanyl overdose, both between 2019 and 2021. So that's why I'm in the community aid and harm reduction now. But I met her through our ex-best friend when she passed away, basically. We had known each other back in the same social circles in Northern Virginia, but we never knew each other. She's like, Paris Hilton, Megan, like, was always known as being a mean girl, though. So, like, why are you surprised that her people are mean girls? I'm like, I never looked at it that way.
I mean, think about no, because the whole thing is that
Like, I never looked at that.
it's yeah. I mean, and it's also that like I've have information that Paris could want, and I'm like I've gotten to her the people that we know that are two below her,
Yeah.
and I'm like can we give this to Paris because the only reason and the only way she'll get this is if Katie Mack is neutralized, and they're like then don't fucking bother because it's not gonna happen. Like,
And the thing that makes me so upset is like I would think that she wasn't aware of what she's doing, but then you see where Katie
fully
Mack
aware.
posts the reel making fun of you, and Paris goes in and
She knows what she was
comments from
doing.
her registered name, and
It was
I'm
her.
like, she knows, like
She knows.
that's an intentional action, like
And she
from
was told to cut it out too.
oh I
She
didn't
took
know
it.
that.
That's why I got taken down because Paris was told to stop because that's the mean girl shit that they don't want Paris doing because it's bad PR for Paris.
See, and I'm not surprised. Like I don't understand it, and she's like
And
cultivated
by the way,
like
I appreciate that to the women who I know got that fucking shit taken down. That thank you. That's the only reason I'm still friends with you.
okay, but do you want me to try to do like an intro? Like, what do I do?
Yes,
What
I
do
want you
say?
to like tell because like all we know is that you're Megan from Hyde. So my Sea-Doo people don't understand how Hyde is very similar to Sea-Doo. And they also don't, I would like you to introduce yourself to like my normal ass musician friends and like my Sea-Doo friends. Like Hi, I'm Megan. I went to Hyde. Hyde is like a sister school to Synanon, kind of. You predate CEDU by 1 year. We had a slightly similar
And a lot of Elon staff.
what?
The Elon staff, would that matter? Because like a lot of the CDU and
Oh
Elon
yes,
staff
yes. So
ended up
a lot
there.
of CEDU people know about the Elan School in Maine, and that so
Okay.
yeah, Elan staff
They're
is in.
believed to be similar as well, even though there has not been an official connection other than staff.
Right. So it's probably
Okay.
that the I is. I'm wondering, is it because the ideologies were similar?
Now, is it worth saying I then also went to a second TTI that was part of NATSAP?
Yes, and that is a
Okay.
very important fact. And where that was in Virginia?
Yeah, so it was, well, and I'll put this in there. So it was technically in Leesburg, Virginia, which is where I moved to Ohio from. Ironically, as an adult, I lived in Leesburg. But now they moved to like Berryville, Virginia, and they merged with Grafton. So my son went to Grafton, but they did the whole rebrand,
But
rename,
it was
reopen.
previously before it was called Grafton. What was it called? It was called
Graydon
Graydon.
Manor. Graydon
Graydon
Manor
Manor, right?
in Leesburg, Virginia. Yes.
I'm wondering how close this facility is to a bunch of things that are also in Virginia, like the Monroe Institute, Carl Brooks School, and there's something very else TTI related in Virginia.
So when my son went, it was in Winchester. So it moved again. So I know of 3 locations that Grafton/Graydon has been.
Am I thinking of the right? Isn't it? Am I thinking? Isn't Virginia? That's where. Isn't that where the Monroe Institute is?
I don't know. I don't know about the Monroe Institute. I know that
Hold on.
okay.
We gotta look this up. Hold on.
Yeah, I
This is
can't Google.
important.
I just have the pad, but I wouldn't be surprised. And then the other weird thing is too, which I don't ever put in the introduction, but I think people should know, is like how my English teacher's neighbor was fucking Stephen King at Graydon. Like the
Virginia. So
institute.
the Monroe
Okay.
Institute is in Faber, Virginia.
I've never heard of that. Okay, keep going.
The Monroe Institute, like all the CIA documents that I have, those are from the Monroe Institute. All hemisync stuff, brain control, like the pros
So
and cons
Faber
of
sounds
mind.
like it would be like way
That
down
was done
south.
here. That was like, remember when I was explaining the left and the right sides of the post MK Ultra Science of America, and there's the Esalen Institute, that's where CEDU came from. The right side is the Monroe Institute and the Gate and Gate. And what's crazy, John, there's another name for what Gate is in different states. And John Moody's fucking mom worked for fucking Gate and made sure that John Moody never drank public water and never brushed his teeth with fluoride. Because those are the things that fluoride like cuts out your pineal gland, that like is what lets you do fucking weird shit with your mind, basically. And so John Moody's
What?
mom worked at a school that was a Gate, like whatever Gate is where he was in Texas, or I forget where he's, but
I feel like I was part of the GATE program because like I
think that
remember
we
the
all were,
headphones as a
because it's this
kid
weird thing that like it's the
when I was
scoliosis
in
test
public
and all that
school.
shit. I think we were all like Gate was just a part of the American shit
Yeah.
from the 80s to like 2000, early 2000. I think it was like a
Because
25
like I did
30 year
public school
period.
private and then I did public and then I did private again. And then TTI was like in there. Because I went back to Catholic college, but like I did public high school and that got me put in a TTI.
So yeah, even it says in the Monroe Institute's public YouTube, it says the Monroe Institute is widely recognized as a leading center for exploring and experiencing expanded states of consciousness. It's like where they teach you like if you are in tune enough, it's like where they would if you could ever bend spoons, that's where you learn how to do that shit. It's like it's like they can if you spend there a couple years there, you might do telekinesis once.
Yeah,
Because it's
Graydon
like
wasn't like that. Graydon was like, like I said, like we'll drug you and put you in a padded room and break you down and beat you.
right. The next things where people show from the Monroe Institute is Monroe Institute cost. Is the Monroe Institute legit? Monroe Institute CIA. Like Monroe Institute remote viewing. Because that's the thing, the whole thing that people are so scared right now about MK Ultra and what they were interested in is the remote viewing part. That they put so much money into seeing the remote viewing to see if we could see other things happening in the world, that people don't believe that they would have stopped researching that. So where that research would be happening if it is at the Monroe. It's at the Monroe Institute. Like
Yeah,
the
no,
Monroe
I
Institute is the real life Stranger Things, basically.
got it. Understood. Yeah. So that was even if it is affiliated or they are close, I will say my experience was nothing like that. Like we
Right,
weren't
no,
learning Ben spoons.
it's just interesting to see. I mean, I don't even know
The geographic
how
locations
big
of.
Virginia is, but then also, so Monroe Institute. Let me see them on a map.
So I lived in the tip of Virginia, right when it goes up into Maryland, like northern Virginia. That's like I grew 27 years I spent up there, but
So the Monroe Institute is near. It's like right in the middle, actually, like where that red dot is. Can you see it? I don't know.
yeah, kind of. Oh yeah, okay. So it's more like central
It's
Virginia.
like we're in the center. It's the center of Virginia.
Okay.
It's like near Charlottesville. It's near
Okay,
Charlottesville
I know exactly where that is.
in
Yeah.
Waynesboro. It's
Okay.
like near. It's in between Charlottesville and Lexington and like Lynchburg. It's like in the middle of all
Yep.
those places.
Yep.
So then, but then the Carlbrook School is the first CEDU spinoff.
Okay.
Well, one of them, not that's a sorry, Carlbrook.
And then in like if and I know we're like digressing. We'll get to the intro eventually. But do you want me to also talk about like the kids being in the TTI and stuff?
Your kids, we need
Yeah.
to get to you first, and then we'll. But yeah, I just want to. I know this is a side quest. Because they are. Yes, and then
We always side
Carlbrook
quest.
School.
Okay.
Carlbrook School is right next to it too. The Carlbrook School is like
Interesting. That's weird because
right
Waynesboro
below that too.
Waynesboro is known as like a really like rural area. Like one of the girls that I follow that does harm reductions out there.
But it's just, it's like the whole thing of these places were close to each other, and I feel like there might have been for a reason. So sorry that I digressed.
Probably.
About
No,
Virginia.
no, don't be.
Start
Don't
again.
be. It makes sense. But
So-
it makes sense because it's like it's a lot of it's centralized because they went to affluent areas. Virginia's known to have money, just like Hyde went to specifically, Fairfax County recruiting and places in Connecticut. Like there's a pattern to all of this shit.
Right, but it's also, like campuses changing and then staff moving from one place to another. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know how much Graydon changed when they merged with Grafton, too. And I'll do my intro then, but like I know Grafton was like a behavioral health network that was already established, and they kind of like absorbed Graydon, from what I understand, and they called it a merge. I turned 40 in August. I went into the TTI my junior year of high school. I grew up in a really affluent family. I was adopted. That's why. I was adopted. Well, I was put into foster. I was found on a doorstep, depending on who you ask, or I was left in a house alone. I don't really know what the truth is. We addressed that in my book, but, my mom was young. She was on drugs, whatever. I got adopted when I was 3. Halloween, ironically, Trumbull County Courthouse here in Warren, Ohio, next door. I had a pretty good life. My parents kind of like, they never really like loved each other. Like I was kind of more like an accessory, like I was like the moss painting on the wall in their marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt.
What did your
my mom
parents
like
do?
my mom was a retired, well, she never retired, but she used to do real estate. And then she got sick of doing real estate. And she started teaching at my 8th grade Catholic school, Spanish, when I was there. So, well, I went from 6th to 8th grade. So she started
She
teaching
was
Spanish.
Peggy Hill.
Yeah, she started teaching Spanish, and then she became the vice principal of my school later. I had graduated way before that though. But yeah, she did, because she ended up going to the same college. I went to Marymount University. I went to Catholic college. She went to the same college together. It's weird. Anyway, my mom always hated me. Hated that my dad and I were close. I was always kind of like the black sheep of my family. I ended up acting out in high school because like I was going through a lot of like essay type issues that I was really quiet about, and I wasn't talking about, and I was acting out. I was self-harming. I was cutting. I got hospitalized the first time. My mom had read my diary, and I had self-harmed, and I had worn a bracelet, and she took me out to go watch shopping. And then she found it. Next thing I know, I was in Dominion Hospital, which was a great time. Not really. So that started like finding like self-medication, and I think like by sophomore year, I was pretty fucking coked out. So like I went through a lot of issues with like cocaine in my life. That is my drug of choice. That's why like if I say I'm sober, like cocaine and opiates are like I can't touch them. Like, I can't fucking touch them. I slip up here and there, not recently, but like, I mean, it happens. I'm human. I went through breaking my ankle 3 times on the farm. That was really hard when they were prescribing the pain meds, for example. But I got through it, and I got off it, and I didn't need to rehab it. Well, I rehabbed my leg, but I didn't need to like go to like detox rehab. Like, I was able to handle that like an adult, but I would not wish that on anyone with my issues. So when I was acting out, I was partying, I was like just not listening. I had run away a couple times. I mean, I remember my mom tried to bring a priest over and like give me an exorcism in like my freshman year of high school. Like, literally, like, she was that kind of parent. And I ended up finally going from Catholic school when I graduated 8th grade. I was going to go to Notre Dame Academy. Ended up going into public school. Probably the worst decision ever. Fell in with the wrong crowd. Even worse. By my 10th grade year, I went to the New School of Northern Virginia. It was run kind of like the School Without Walls in the 80s. Different courses, different modules, very philosophical, intellectual. It was like private school without being a private school, 10 grand a year, but your kid's not an alternative school. I
That's actually cheap.
Yeah. And that was in Fairfax County.
That's a pretty cheap
Yeah.
one.
It was the New School of Northern Virginia. I ended up leaving after, so we had a headmaster, his name was John Potter, and his wife was named Joan, and she hated me, and she treated me like shit, and she called us part of the fashion cult because we were like trendy kids, and she didn't like us, me and my gay friend and a bunch of other ones. Yeah, they called us the fashion cult. It was awful because we like looked at Vogue and stuff at this like alternative school. So like, she got really mad at me one day and like was screaming at me, and I still feel bad to this, but I asked her how many times she had to fuck the headmaster to get her job, and I got slapped.
You got smacked at school?
I got smacked. So then, hi TTI.
Shut the motherfucker. You got smacked by a teacher. And
no, it was the headmaster's wife, our disciplinarian lady, Joan.
She was married to John Potter. Smacked you in the mouth, and you got sent to the Hyde School in Maine.
So basically, then I got suspended. My parents started saying I was uncontrollable. I got put into the Keller Center until placement opened, and then I was told we were going to look at this school the next summer. I went to do summer challenge. I was accepted, and next thing I know, I was at Hyde the next year.
So from when you got smacked by an adult to the day that you were in Hyde, how many days was that?
I don't remember, but it was like near the end of the year.
Or a week, or
it was like near the end of the school year, and it was like, just finish your work at home and be fucking done. Don't come back. And then I was at Hyde.
Because Hyde runs like high school. Like, does it start in September? Is that what you're saying?
So I went to summer challenge that summer before because my parents knew I wasn't going back to the New School in Northern Virginia.
And so I went challenge is Hyde, right?
Yeah, it's like a 3 to 4 week course over the summer where they like test you and you test them and you see if you're a good fit and this, that, and the other.
It sounds almost like the way that Berkeley would have like summer like workshops for people that couldn't get into Berkeley. Is that kind of like Berkeley, the School of Music in Boston?
So I don't think it's necessarily whether you had to go to summer challenge to get into Hyde, I believe. You had to. That was a prerequisite, I believe.
Right, that's kind of what it was for. Okay, it wasn't the same. Okay, but yeah. Oh, so it was like, because you had to be good enough to complete that. It's the weirdest thing that like Hyde, like, it turned people away. That's the only school we'll hear about.
I don't know how the fuck I got in. I hated it.
Because a lot of people, if they didn't, the next school they would get sent to is Cascade. Like, Cascade is all the people that didn't get into Hyde, pretty much.
So I actually, the wildest part, though, that I think is important is, so yes, my mom knew Mary Moore. And Mary Moore, who had her 2 sons there, suggested it to my mom. They were friends from the Catholic school.
And who was Mary Moore?
She went to St. Tim's. Her son graduated 8th grade with me. Bobby Moore graduated with me. Patrick Moore, her oldest son, was already in Hyde when she recommended to my parents that I go. Okay. But my therapist, also the one that said that I was resilient like fucking Tupperware, also co-signed Hyde.
Because they had
one of the leading psychiatrists.
Yeah, they had to because insurance paid for it, right?
I know my parents paid $40,000, but I think there's some speculation.
They were probably reimbursed partially though, because there was no
Hyde did nothing medical. We didn't even have a nurse on there. We didn't have a doctor.
We did not either. But it says Like you remember the Take 10, my article, the
Hyde
Take 10.
has a student grant program. They
No,
don't accept. Oh, sorry.
No. Oh, you can talk over me. I'm sorry. But it was just that, like, because they had to. What did they sign over when they signed over your rights to go there, though? Because didn't they still have to do that part?
I don't know. I didn't look in the file yet. I still haven't gotten there.
Because Hyde basically has gone on for so long because it looks like a kind of regular, just like elite high school, right?
So that's how okay. So I've done research here. And please, someone correct me if I'm wrong because I don't want to mistake and get sued. But from what I have found, to my conclusion, Hyde is not governed by any state board of compliance of any type other than the Board of Education. So they get their criteria and credentials through the Board of Education to operate.
What? So yeah, that's how they've gone. They're just like, yeah, we're a normal high school.
Everyone in town knows. Everyone. There was this guy, Dennis, who lived in town, and I used to run to his house to, like, escape Hyde, and I'd hide out in his house, and no one would know. Sometimes I'd bring my friends with me, But, like, he literally was like, the whole fucking town knows what they're doing to you guys there. No one will say anything.
Is there a gate around the place or anything, or is it kind of like
No.
an open door? Yeah, because it's so...
So there's like a little gate, but like there's like a wooded, at least when I went, there was a wooded area. You could just walk right into the woods and you're on the street next door.
Because the whole thing is that we were so controlled that they don't need a fucking gate.
Nope.
Right?
That if you're in the back dormitories and you remember, like, if you read any of my Facebook or like in my book, I talk about how they made me, it felt like I walked a mile with my scarlet letter when I was dropped back off after my rape in the sweatsuit. If you walk that track all the way back, it just dumps out to a road last I knew. So like the dormitories were like here and the road just went right out to like a regular road. Like it was just there. Like you didn't even have to walk past the main house.
Just go to the aquarium and ask the people that work there.
Well, and that's
what, right down the street, right?
That's why, like, I don't know, like, I think, like, I did this backwards, like, my healing from the TTI, because, like, I had no business being on Hyde's grounds when I had no clue what my healing process was going to be.
That's the first time I saw you was on that fucking 48-hour special. I was like, what is this stupid bitch doing walking around the fucking Hyde campus with the movie crew, like, with the news crew?
Yep. We got kicked out twice.
Is she alive still? Like, because
we got kicked out twice.
The only way she could have done that is because you had a camera crew with you.
Yeah. No, as soon as they found out, we got kicked out twice. And I got made fun of. Like, I was called an Oompa Loompa. Like, they made GIFs and memes about me. Like, it was so bad.
Because it's like, why would they do that? They weren't, like, supposed to make sure that we don't fucking ever solve anything. It's so fucking obvious at this point. Because it's like, nobody supports each other. You only lick Paris Hilton's fucking clit. And why? I don't know anymore. This is the only thing that makes sense anymore. Do you know what I mean? I've reversed engineered what the fuck this situation is. Prove me wrong. I told you bitches 2 years ago, prove me wrong. This isn't a cult. Prove me wrong. You made me look further. You called me fucking words. I've never thought that, you said that, you're a psyop. You said it. You're the one that made me think it. And I think, I think so. I think the entire Survivor community is a psyop. Sorry, go on.
No, you're good. So anyway, like, let's revert back. So, like, the partying and, like, everything and, like, the adoption stuff and, like, the essay stuff and the self-harm stuff. And I knew something was wrong. Like, I knew, like, I was not coping well. I just didn't know, like, I was crashing out the way I was. So that got me, like, to the new school, which was step one, and then to Hyde. And then Hyde didn't work. So I ended up, like, I ran away. I got essayed, as we know. Then I was brought back to campus. I was not given therapy. I was not given counseling. I was blamed for my sexual assault.
Tell me about a week in the life of a Hyde student.
This is the great part. Like, I can't give you a normal answer because I was always in trouble. So Brother's Keeper.
Even on a day, on any sort of day.
So, like, we'd wake up, they'd take us down to the, like, it's, I don't know what they called it, but like what you would think of like a mess hall, like a cafeteria type thing. We'd have breakfast in the morning. It was always like a really long walk. We had like specific clothes we could wear. We didn't have like a dress code, but we had like, you could wear a skirt. It could be this length. It could be this color. So you had a little bit of style, I guess, but not really. I went to like a couple days of classes. They were like mostly long tables, and it felt more like, I would say after being in college, it was more college-esque than high school-esque. But like on 2-4, it was just how like, so you weren't in classes.
And explain fully what 2-4 is.
Okay.
Take as long as you possibly can to explain this.
Okay.
'Cause I feel like this is like, I want you to say how it's spelled. I want you to explain take as much time as you can, because this is very important, I feel like.
Okay. From what I remember, and I spent most of my time on it, even according to my transcript, I was like only in school like 5 days out of the whole time I was there. It was fucked. But, so it was called 2-4, like 2, like the number 2 and the letter, or the number 4, sorry. But we also, like internally or like within Hyde, we called it work crew. And work crew was a result of being punished by the school for an infraction. That infraction could be a multitude of different things. It could, I don't know if, I never had it for this reason, but maybe if a student was failing. I'm not sure what all the reasons were, but I would normally get it for breaking ethics codes. So ethics codes were like, what they expected of us, like their ingrained moral compass within us while attending. Don't smoke, don't lie. If you know someone's breaking rules, it's your responsibility to like make them be better. Present yourself the best, engage in all required classes. You have to do your, we had to register for a sport. You had to do your sport, come to practice, like don't cuss, like there are all kinds of fucking rules. And then there's what was known as Brother's Keeper. They have now renamed it, to my knowledge, from research I've done, to Each Other's Keeper. I haven't found out the root of that, but back when I attended, it was Brother's Keeper. And that's basically like, it's our job. Can I like plain talk? It's your job to be a snitch bitch on people that you know, because if you know they did something wrong, then you're just as fucking morally fucked as they are from their deed that you're not holding them accountable for. And if you did that, you'd get in trouble. Or if they found out you knew, you'd get in trouble. But people also used it to weaponize against people they didn't like to keep them in fucking trouble. So I was in trouble all the fucking time.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, I was in trouble
all to that level. We don't think we, well, some people got,
oh yeah,
some of the people got like a thrill out of, so I'm assuming, was there situations where you got to yell about this?
So I don't remember specifically like encouraging us to yell. I don't really think that would have, I don't remember that, but that doesn't seem like something that would have happened. We more had like discovery groups where we sat in a circle and we had like familial collateral or like geological collateral on people. Like, you know what I mean?
Explain that, because I know about that too. Okay, hold on. Go back to 2-4. Explain 2-4 more.
Okay, so like we'd wake up, they'd tell us when we could shower, if we could shower, really if we could go to sleep the night before, what we'd have to do. A lot of times, like I remember when my parents came up for the first parent weekend, like that, and this is why 48 hours matters so much. When I'm walking through those woods back there and that's that fucking gravel road my bitch ass built when I was there. Carting fucking rocks, carting fucking wheelbarrows. I built that fucking road.
That's important. Yeah, that's cool that it's still
like
there.
I built that motherfucker, and my parents remember, like, you were so proud you built the road. but like that was the child labor.
Was 2-4, but was it on the Hyde campus? It was like doing manual labor on the Hyde campus, basically.
So they'd round us up every morning. We'd have a proctor typically, which was a elder student or like a second year, senior, 5th year student. They would be a proctor. They would be given like leadership responsibilities. And like, if they thought we were dicking around, they'd tell us to go run suicides till we vomited. You know what I mean? And not give us water. So then you had kids running kids around with like barely adult supervision while we're doing this fucking forced child labor and being trafficked for their own benefit of a free road, in my case.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. But that's basically what it was. And like, we could eat when they said we could. We couldn't talk to anyone. We couldn't make eye contact. If we were in like mess hall to get our food, we sat separately. We weren't allowed to make like if they caught any communication, we would get in further trouble.
That was a common thing with us, is the no. So that we called that being on bans, like BANS bans. Did they call it when you weren't allowed to like acknowledge other people? Did they call it?
If they had a word for it, I don't remember, but I just remember that it was like you got in a lot of trouble.
Okay. So 2-4 was basically, but you were still on the campus, like it.
Fully on the campus. Like, you went back to your dormitory at night. You weren't, like, kept up overnight most nights. Like, I mean, you might get back there at, like, 2 a.m. after, like, if, for example, like, the age-old joke was, if they woke you up at 3 a.m. and told you to go dig a hole and stand in it, you weren't saying shit and you were digging that hole.
Right. Yeah,
like,
no, yeah.
They would just give you fucked up shit to get you to crash out.
Right, exactly, yeah. And then, because then once you realize that you just have to do what they say, then
yes.
they understand and you're good.
It's like the best way I can say it is it's like a mental boot camp. They put you through boot camp mentally without actually having like the military per se, like official aspect of it. Like they psychologically destroy you. So
I think 2-4 for comparison of what CEDU, that's like our work assignments. But so it would be like,
maybe
like a full-time table would be kind of like what 2-4 would be. So then now tell us about the fucking, I think it's Discovery is what
Discovery
our
groups
were.
Okay, so these are fucked. So basically they'd put you in a room and you had home groups, they called them, I believe. And it was like, all these people were in my home group, and it's kind of like, think about like a high school homeroom, but it's like you tell your deepest, darkest secrets in there. And Hyde had this weird way of putting you in a group with people who, when you left this fucking place, lived where you lived.
That's the fucking craziest thing that people have never understood yet about Hyde, is that's why it's so fucking culty.
So, like, if you go into, like, Hyde's Facebook, like I've said, you could see where they had, like, Fairfax County Recruitment Night. They were going to specific wealthy areas, targeting those groups, putting those people in those groups and subsections in Hyde, and those were the disco groups. Then when the families came for family weekend, you're there with, like, your fucking neighbor.
So does that mean you graduated with a lot of people that are even from where you live too?
So I didn't graduate, obviously. Like I didn't.
Oh, right,
but from my understanding, yeah. Like if let's say your Discovery group, you had 3 people of those were seniors and they were all together and they were bound for graduation, or maybe one was a second year senior. I don't know. You know, they kept you for a 5th year a lot of times in preparation for college, but you would be graduating with all those people if you were the same year in your group as well. Yes. They didn't demigrate. Home groups.
The level of people at Hyde for being in Discovery.
Because it was only like 9 through 12. So you had 4 years and you had like 60 kids total. Maybe less at that point. Like, the groups were like 7 people. 8 people. Are you telling me
that the whole student body of Hyde was like 60 people?
It's like 50 people, yeah. When I was there.
Shut the motherfucker. Are you fucking shitting me?
That's why if you look at that, there's been 160 deaths in the past how many years of Hyde. It's a staggering number of people that attended.
Your graduating classes are 50 fucking people?
No, the graduating class is like 15, 20, if that.
Oh, yeah. That's so sorry. Your graduating class is like 15, 20 people. The whole student body is like 50 people.
It was, it can't be much more than that. Maybe 100. Maybe. The possibility might exist, but that's like, it's pushing it.
Like, there might be 100 beds if they really needed them, but there's probably...
Yes. Yeah, like, okay. It was weirdly intimate in the way that they knew the geographic locations. You knew everything about the student body. You knew everything about students. Like, everyone knew everything about each other. It was like a fucked up Green Gables.
And then your families would come for discovery too, so that, right? Explain that.
So they'd come for what they'd call like family weekends, and they'd participate in these discos or discovery groups. And in that, they would come forward with, well, I have failed you, or I have done this, or I should work on. So they'd be disclosing their secrets in front of the kids you live around and their parents.
So then later on in life, you'll be walking around and you'll see these people in your
You'll be at
actual
Blue Water
fucking
Grill
life now.
in Centerville, Virginia, and you'll run into Steve Gongahor, who's the guy who made your life a living hell.
And that's what's so fucking weird about Hyde that nobody really understands. Yeah.
Yeah. Just hanging out, just doing my thing. And here I am, like, with this guy and he's the one that came out and was like, just because some bratty girls are traumatized. Like, okay, bro, like, you tried to holler at me. Like, let's not lie about this. And you also got to know my story and told me you were so fucking sorry for what I went through. But then publicly you're like, pro Hyde. Like, what the fuck, homie?
If anybody has anything to say about what we are doing other than, holy shit, this is the craziest story about, I can't believe this, how do I not know about this? This is insane. Wow. Anything other than that, you can seriously, like, go, like,
Suck it.
No, like, I will not, anything other than that, I will not be entertaining at all. Yeah, sorry, go.
No, but I get it. Okay, so then, after Hyde, so the sexual assault happened, I ran away, I got blamed, I got mocked. So they have this thing called impost and outpost, and not a lot of people know this about Hyde. So impost is when you're bad, but you're not extra bad. So they keep you on the campus, like 2-4, for example, they keep you on the campus, but they keep you during holiday break. So they have like Thanksgiving impost, Christmas impost, spring break impost. So if you're a shithead, you don't get to go home. You don't get to see your family. You don't get to see your friends. You don't get to see any bit of your reality that you know exists as a child. So I had just gotten raped. I had gotten no help. I didn't know what was going on. I was already having mental health issues. You know, I wasn't able to self-medicate. I was really struggling. So they had a proctor, one of those 18-year-old, or they might not even be 18, one of those seniors that they trust with a leadership role at Hyde at that point, watching over me. And I took a bottle of Tylenol and said, fuck it. And they found me, and then I was detained in a hospital in Portland, and my stomach was pumped, and I was sent home. And then I was put in the Keller Center for the day program, which is the same place I went before I went to Hyde. And then I was put in Agreda Manor, which was a residential treatment center right where I lived.
So at Graydon, did they do seminars?
Yes and no. So they did like group therapies, but they didn't do like, we didn't yell at each other. We didn't hug each other. There wasn't like anything weird like that.
It wasn't like attack therapy.
No, it wasn't anything like Hyde. It was honestly like, okay, so like I have pro and con Graydon thoughts. I was one of the kids that was treated really well at Graydon. I was on contracts, like, you know, I didn't have the point system and the level system. I outworked that very quickly. I was doing a lot of, like I told you, it was like the shadow work type work, or like, you know, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What do you want? Like those types of like inner, like making you do the work. So I saw a lot of what was happening and stuff. And I will say, like, there was a lot of like the girls experimented sexually with each other. I know the boys did probably too, but there was like a lot of staff abusing students here. And there was a lot of like misuse of medications in quiet rooms and over medication. I was lucky my Dr. Gregory Law would go over the DSM with me and go over the side effects with me and let me work with my medication choices. I thought that that was the best combination of medication I had when I came out of there. But if you ask certain people, they will disagree, because I did come out of there at like 92 pounds.
Damn.
But I was on Ritalin. I was on extended stay. I was on like extended stay Ritalin. I had ADHD. I think at that time I was diagnosed with like ADHD, possible bipolar because I was almost 18. bunch of other stuff. And then I got diagnosed bipolar when I turned 18. And then like my diagnosis has shifted a lot, but now it's like ADHD, it's like autistic and ADHD. And because of the unmet needs that I had in autism and these TTI schools and what they did to me and how they fucked me up, it created like a pattern that created like borderline as well that I struggle with now because of those unmet needs. So it's like all really fucked up. So I'm just trying to like not be a piece of shit, basically. And I'm doing this with you, I guess, because like I don't want other kids to go through this, because like my main goal when I spoke out 10 years ago was to prevent my children from going through this, because like what people like we have discussed a couple times, but like just to give a concise story, if you're going to edit it out, is like my eldest son was created with a fellow Hyde survivor from the Connecticut campus. And my middle son, from my first marriage, he is a TTI survivor of Graydon Manor, which is the second place that I attended, but they merged and rebranded under the name Grafton, and you actually know survivors from from Grafton as well.
I know one person very, very well that
Yeah.
was Grafton, yeah.
Yeah, so like, you know, I can't imagine Graydon would have changed that much from that, so it kind of gives you a clue into the type of pattern.
Yeah, because he did say that was it was one of the least abusive places.
It was still not great, and
it wasn't great. It was a TTI, but out of all I think he went to 3 places, and the other 2 in Utah were much worse.
See,
than
and
that one, I think.
I will say, like, I was never touched by staff. I was never put in an uncomfortable situation by staff. So like I was one of the fortunate ones, but then I also look at
but that doesn't mean that other people weren't.
And that's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying that I got a relatively easy experience there compared to what I've seen other people go through, unfortunately. So right. I do know that there's a much darker side to Graydon outside of what I experienced. And that's what I am worried about with my son. And it seemed like the men had it a lot worse than the women as well in that facility.
And that's what a lot of people don't, well, I think that Katie Mack is well aware of this fact because she's used it to make sure that the men and women hate each other. Because the fact is that at these facilities, this is where male sexual predators would hurt other boys, like habitually. Like I've heard way, way more stories about child abuse with boys sexually than women like so much more. And if you think about it, it makes sense only because it's so secret. People do fucked up stuff sexually when what they want to do isn't like accepted by the norm, right? Like being gay. So, I mean, it just kind of makes sense. It's like, where do I get my gayness out? Oh, there. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not too hard to fucking think about it. But the women in the survivor community have weaponized this and saying that men cannot relate to women with their assault like this. I'm sorry to go off, but go on.
No, I also want to add too, like, for me, at least from my experience, and like, I feel like if people know me, they know me. Like, I don't need to go into my like sexual proclivities per se, but like, I am a very hypersexual person, and I kind of like have a sexual aura about me, I've been told. I don't necessarily attempt to like do that, but I think that maybe that became like a masking type coping strategy because of what I went through. So I think that like there's also like the latter end of it where we don't just like everybody, like, okay, there's like this thing going around in the community now that everybody heals in a different way, right? But we have to, when we say that, we can't selectively pick and choose how we let people heal, like you're saying. We have to include men in these conversations. We have to include women that might rub us the wrong way because the way they look or the way they talk, you know, it has to be including of everyone, because like what we're doing now, like this needed to happen because like I'm the least likely candidate here, and I'm the least prepared person to be doing this. Trust me, I am the least prepared. But I see the need for it to happen.
That's exactly, that's to a T. Do you think I want to be doing this? If you
So
think that I want to be have made a fucking web show called iCarly just to make fun of this situation, like this is
it's
not
pretty
what I
good though.
wanted to be doing with my life at 46 years old. Like this is not like this is and you only fell into it because you were the most perfect. Like we get so.
And then,
Are
well,
they
anyway, so like
are they going at you for the show really hard? Sorry, I keep interrupting you. Go
they
on.
are. No. So my son ended up at Graydon, and then so like I guess to finish out my bio, like I guess that's where I am. I'm currently not doing my drugs of choice. I've been really good about them. The temptation is strong every day. I'm fighting for my son and for my voice. And at this point, whatever the fuck this has become, the whole trauma Barbie thing is calcified into. I guess it was just a way for me to be able to safely express like what I survived before I was ready to own it. It let me kind of like
It's a pen
understand
name.
people's,
That's what any writers
yeah.
they pen names all the
That's all
fucking
it's my
time.
moniker. That's really all it is. It's every time I would purge write trauma, I would write it under Trauma Barbie because even though I authored it, it was just the safest part of me to release it until I was ready to own it. Because like I knew it was me. I knew it was my story. I knew it had to get out there. I just didn't know how people would treat me.
Right. And it turns out.
Fucked up.
No, and the thing is that like I'll just hear people's stories like one of our friends I wanted to have on. I don't know if he's gonna come on, and he's telling me all this stuff about somebody else that I only recently accepted a friend request from. That I should probably unfriend request and block it. But they were like this person was basically the woman the woman we're not talking about. This person was like that to this person, and I was
Oh,
completely
we don't like
unaware.
those
And
kinds
it's
of
like
people.
exact same fucking things happened to you and Moody. It's like these people have done this before, but it's like, oh, I'm sure it's this person. I'm not even gonna say this person's name because then it's gonna show who I'm about to block after this fucking.
Yeah, no, but do you know what I've been thinking? It's almost like Katie weaponized the Hyde girls as like her own little fembots.
Yes, exactly. Like she's done that to
Because like
so many
ironically,
people.
like the one going at it with the one on Reddit, her name is Fembot. And I'm like, wait a
That's Tesla Coil.
second.
That's her.
But that's what they are.
She's
They're
that
Paris
trans
Hilton Cult
person
bots.
everybody asks her they know her, they just call her she's trans, but
Don't be nice.
she is one of the greatest super soldiers Katie Mack has. Tesla Coil.
Oh.
Her real name is Siobhan something.
Which also, let's also clarify my sexuality too, because I think that seems to have some fucking confusion.
Yeah.
My what I am and what I identify as. So I am a cis female who is probably more gender fluid than I'd like, but I'm much more feminine, but I can be kind of stummy. And I am pansexual. I judge people, not equipment.
My 12-year-old boyfriend likes to make fun of me and calls me a lesbian. That's my sexual orientation. So.
Well, I'm excited because I might get to be part of the new LGBTQIA plus coalition here. So that meeting's on the 20th. I'm gonna go. I'm excited.
No, it's what's insane to me is like people are like attacking people based on their credibility to be able to speak on this, and it's like, where the fuck do we know each other from? Oh, angel school? Was it church? No.
See, and that's the thing.
Like,
I don't think survivors should be. So like, I'm really angry, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I did there.
No. You can. I keep interrupting you. Go ahead.
It's okay. I'm really fucking angry about people and I'm gonna say this until I'm fucking blue in the face about perfect fucking survivors. It doesn't matter what's on your resume or what isn't. It doesn't matter if you've been through addiction or not. It doesn't matter if you've been homeless, if you're unhoused, or you're using the fucking library Wi-Fi to fucking tap in. It doesn't matter if you have a criminal record or not. What matters is what you're trying to do. Because just like you all are saying, everybody heals different. Some people heal with addiction. Some people heal by breaking the law, unfortunately, because they're in situations. Shit happens.
But if you're the kind of person that
And
is
I'm not
making
saying for me
sure
right
that
now-
everybody knows all the things that you've done wrong and saying this person did this and this, aren't they horrible? You are a horrible person.
So much more about you. So
all
much
you need
more
to know.
about you.
Only horrible people would sit around and do fucking background checks on people. Only horrible people would tell other people to not talk to other people. You know who don't do those things? Adults.
I've never even made an ex, like, pick sides. Like, I've never been like, you need, like, to my friends, like, pick me or him. I've never done that. I just walk away. Like, be a fucking adult.
This is, and it, like, no, it, like, the survivor infighting, the survivor drama is Katie Mack. It's always been Katie Mack making other people do shit. We're playing chess right now, and she is, you know, the top of the
But
chess
I'm
piece.
honestly, like, I'm so excited. Like, I can't wait for her lawyer to send me a letter or an email because I already have that packet ready to roll. Like, here, sir, I'm going to need you to look at every email I've sent her, every email I've sent that had these emails that I've sent her in them, and see who is the victim here, sir. Have a great day.
I mean, it's like, should we show the deepfakes? Because that wasn't in the other episode.
I'd like to preface, I don't have a tattoo on my leg.
Should I find the fucking deepfakes? Jesus Christ.
That's why I put surfing bird over it, because, like, that's why I, like, you know, like, love the skin you're in. Like, I'm trying, bitch, but, like, I don't want to be in your skin. No. And not even because she's not attractive or is attractive.
This is the deepfake that Katie Mack made of us.
Yeah, it says,
thought
we
was
love
funny
you, Katie
because
Mack.
None of us
We
have
don't know if we want to be you or wear your skin. Like, who does that? And she proudly posted that she made it. Like, it's against your company's policy to make deep fakes. So what the fuck did we do wrong? You did this to yourself.
And then the other one is, where's the other one? Hold on.
And don't brag about being happy that you can make AI slop better than other people.
I'm not going to put on the volume. Wait, that's me. My tits are wildly enlarged. I don't look like that. But what am I? As my Facebook friends all know, I maintain a small but devoted fleet of crazy orbiters who just refuse to deorbit. Most of you have already heard about the most amusing one, the woman who's built an entire government CIA conspiracy theory around me. This is Katie talking about me.
I know.
I'm trying to explain to the public. According to her, my dad runs the CIA. I never said that. I personally oversee MKUltra. Never said that. And I've murdered multiple people using elite CIA ninja skills. Never said that. Her stories change more and more than her clothing. What? I'm sorry. My clothes. I'm sorry. I washed my clothes, Katie Mack. Do you not wash your clothes? And the only thing thinner. Why would she make fun of? Do you not know what a
I have no
clothes
comment.
are? That's just what. So, with her clothing, and the only thing thinner than her evidence is her grip on reality. Are you jealous of my dresses, Katie? Do you wish you had a whole closet full of nice dresses you could wear? Sorry, that's just hysterical. Why are you making fun of my, like, I changed my clothes?
Please don't show my
What,
picture.
I've worn the same thing twice before. Is that what you're, like, I don't know what the fuck. All right, so, it's, her stories change more often than her clothing, and the only thing thinner than her evidence is her grip on reality. It's honestly impressive. Most people can't commit to a diet that long. But she's been fully committed to these unhinged fantasies about me for years. It was up for 4 days. It only had 33 likes. So that's kind of saying something, that it only had... You see it? She
I would
said
also like to
I
preface.
want to wear her skin or some shit. Like,
I also want to preface that this is because of that large nosed photo that you created that got
oh,
made.
so I did that on purpose to trigger her.
But that wasn't an anti-Semitic thing that she made anti-Semitic and then used to justify making these against you and roping other people that weren't involved in. Like, who's the fucking bully, bitch?
Yeah, so this one is where she says that, like, I wouldn't say I want to be Katie Mack, I want to wear her skin. I'm not putting the voice
It's
up
not
to creep me out.
nice. Like, that's the thing. And, like, for her to be commenting on our podcast that she's gonna sue us and stuff, like...
And then I'll show you what the meme that got me in so much trouble, that Rocky laughed at. I took it off of Instagram, but, you know, it's, what it's about. It's, because fucking... I was trying to depict the fact that fucking, you know, Paris Hilton supposedly is coming in with all her money and help and fucking her sicker bill and 1111. This whole, you know... A lot of us had this thing called the lifeboat that we had to do at CEDU, and that like the seminars where you had to say you live and you die to people so that you wouldn't drown. So it was like, who is worthy of living, whatever. And it keeps coming up. I keep thinking about it, and it's the reason that me and Rocky connected is when I said the lifeboat, and he's like, I haven't remembered it being called the lifeboat since back then. He didn't remember the words lifeboat.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, this is a depiction of Paris Hilton supposedly saving everybody, and Katie Mack is standing at the fucking helm of the boat, fucking making sure that only the people that she wants on this boat to survive. You know, and I made that meme. I said, I want to make a really ugly woman with a giant nose to stand right next to fucking Paris Hilton on this ocean liner. And then,
I also want to say that, like, if that was Katie Mack, like, her boobs are very inaccurate.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if that was actually supposed to be Katie Mack, like...
It wasn't, you know, and the thing is that, like, it's not, I don't see that as anti-Semitism. I see it an ugly woman. If you want to make, like, she made it so it was like...
I've already been called ditzy and dumb. I honestly thought more like Pinocchio, like just a liar.
I was just like, and I kept on being like, I didn't have any more tries with the AI, and I wanted a thumbnail, and so I used it, and then all of a sudden, people are calling me saying that I'm anti-Semite, and you know, I saw the Jew nose you put on Katie, and I'm like, how the fuck do you know it's Katie? Katie's not Jewish. What the fuck is going, like, you know what I mean? You already made some sort of opinion over me making a political meme to say that I don't want to drown because of Paris Hilton. Isn't that the most important thing?
That message matters. I also think that her fake outrage about not even being Jewish and trying to get, like, a hench team after us was a little nuts. And her response on the deepfakes was outrage. It was unhinged. It was fucking unhinged.
The funny thing is that when I showed the fucking me in the jean shorts, when I showed that to my fucking friend, he was like, "Oh my god, you would never dress like that." And I was like, "That's what I was offended by too."
The jorts, and Chris was mad about the fucking no rhythm.
It's like, you know.
And I was shocked she made me skinny, but I figured out she just used the photo that. Okay, so she trolled me so fucking hard in her comments, and I have all of them. They were forwarded to me. About the interview photo that Jim Bellenkamp used for WCME Mid-Coast Maine when I came out in the summer, and I did that 3-part series for them in July of 25. It's in my Facebook bio link. I link, like, any time I've spoken out, so it's just, like, credentialed. But, I got so hard. So he went on my Facebook and took my profile picture, and it was the picture of me with the space buns and my glasses and my nightgown to the side. He never asked for a photo. He just took the photo. So then Katie's like, yeah, this is what she used for a very serious TTI interview for child reform, and reposted the picture. So I know she only used that picture because it has fair use, because he used it on an interview and I didn't strike him, so she could use it. That's why she chose that. That's dirty fucking shit, bitch.
Well, yeah, that makes sense because that picture of me and Liz Einelli was on Instagram, so I guess she was allowed to use that, yeah.
Public use. That's dirty.
No, but she's not allowed to like make me say shit that I didn't say, or like
She's
make
not allowed
my
anybody
tits
to.
bigger than they are. First of all, my tits are not that big. They
Well,
were
she
never.
made me thinner. I don't know why, but I'm
Yes, that's the
definitely
thing.
a
She
little
made
bit
us
thinner.
sexualized, and that's the
Yeah.
that's
That's what made me so mad at cease and desist. So I sent her a cease and desist. And then, so I sent it through her, like, tech website, because I didn't know her email, right? So then, yeah. So then, this was, like, in, like, February.
Okay.
This is, like, in February. And then, she responds, like, and I sent another one through another website, because I found both websites. And, she goes, Megan, I got your first email, blah, 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 blah. And she told me, like, that because I talk about her, she could talk about me, and then I'm the one, like, I've shown it to you, but whatever. So then I sent her a second notice that I'm not trying to communicate with you. I'm not trying to have any type of contact with you. I don't want anything. You know, like, I just need you to stop fucking bullying me. Like, leave me the fuck alone. So then she responds, like, go touch some grass. So I just, like, survivor heart hand emoji reacted it, right? So it emailed her that I reacted it because I was like, oh, how do you diffuse a situation? You respond that you've seen it, but you don't engage. So I did. And then she goes, this is getting weird, Megan. I'm not attracted to you. I'm happily married. It's like, bitch, what the fuck?
Girl, you should take whatever
Bitch,
you can get.
What the fuck?
Girl, so ugly.
I'm not going to say anything about the way she looks. And I think your wife is your biggest hype woman. Go you too. You're happy. But stop making everything fucking sexual. Like, what the fuck? Trying to sue me? Fucking sue me.
Supposedly, I'm
fucking
getting
sue
sued.
me.
I'm like, I wonder what she said. Like, you know, I'm sure it's like slander. I mean, but it's like, you know.
I'll gladly send every email. Every
like,
email,
you know,
every
I'm
screenshot I send on silence about bullying.
Like, I don't have money for a lawyer. I'm not asking my boyfriend. You know, like.
Oh,
I
no,
mean,
I'll fight.
seriously, I'm not gonna
I'll
fight
take her
it.
down
If
with
she
my
wants
chat
to, like, try
GPT
to
law.
sue me for what? I'm on Social Security. I'm on government benefit. You know what I mean? Like, I like. What are you gonna? I just honestly, I don't know.
Oh no, I'll drag her through every fucking motion I can. Trust me, I know what I'm doing. Like, she picked the wrong one. She bullied the wrong fucking person. Because I don't stand for this shit. I don't do this mean girl shit.
Is that, like, we keep so John keeps reacting to this person like she's a real person, and they're like trying to do all this stuff, and I'm like, okay.
I keep telling him that too. I keep telling him, calm the fuck down.
I think that Katie fucking made this person do everything. Whether even or not her feelings are real or not even, I don't even know. Like, if we react to these fucking people in any way in which they want us to, we are only giving them exactly what they want. Because we all have to realize we're playing fucking chess with these people. I will stay Katie Mack until I fucking die. You can't
Katie
get
on her
gag order
Facebook
on me.
goes, it's going to be so good to give my lawyer. And then someone in the comments, someone goes, when will they stop? She goes, when one gets a pink slip and the other goes to prison.
I would so love her to try to give me a pink slip. My fucking psychiatrist knows her fucking name now. Like,
my psychiatrist recorded me.
Like,
okay,
how many
Corey.
times has she sent CIA girl? Oh, she's like,
Corey.
her psychiatrist knows. The last time my psychiatrist, I fully told my psychiatrist to look at money websites to talk about Katie Mack. He was like, oh my God.
Corey.
He like,
Corey.
yeah.
My therapist knows about Katie Mack and our voice recorded sessions from over 1.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Before she knew that I was being targeted by her, I already knew I was.
Yeah.
Like, the time of the pink slip, there's recordings of Katie Mack bullying me.
When
that was about 1.5 years ago.
When they were talking about the pink slip on freaking Reddit, I was sitting next to my best friend saying, you know that tattoo you have because you felt bad because you
said that
when I got institutionalized 2 years for trying to go to that thing called Survivor. Remember that? Yeah, that was them. That was the Survivor community. I was telling my best friend about that when y'all were fucking bragging about it on your fucking Reddit. I thought it was very funny.
Yeah, I feel like I'm happy now that I'm erased off there because, like, that's not the type of representation I want.
You and I'm the fucking one. I'm the only one that can fucking fix this because I was the only one that could see it for what it was. I could see Paris Hilton's bullshit. I could see, like, what the fuck is up with the breaking code silence lawsuit.com horse shit. What the fuck did I, like, that was almost 3 years ago. The first
And
time
you know what
I heard that.
the other thing is too, like, the more I keep hearing, like, I was an unsafe survivor for, like, a really long time, I guess. Like, I hate to say that. Like, I'm probably still am for a lot of people, and I get that.
We are
But,
not
like,
a survivor community. We are human beings that went to weird fucking schools when we were little, and we're trying to stop them now.
But what I mean is, like, people have hesitated to contact me for one reason or another, but they might have wanted to reach out. But the people that have reached out, what I will say is the stories that I've learned, it sounds like a lot of people are co-opting parts of people's stories. Like, it's like a puzzle piece that fits together of each survivor fits in a whole to make what we believe is what we should know.
Right.
Does that make sense?
No. Let me check and let me see if Jen is hold on, is ever going to join us today.
Yeah, because, like, when John opened up about the words at Bethel, my alarm bells went off. And you were always like, how did this get in there about Sea-Doo?
What do you mean? Like
the co-opting stories. How did
because even because, like, when Paris talks about Sea-Doo, she mixed in rules of all the other schools. Like, she talks about not being able to look at windows. That was Ivy Ridge. She talks about like when she talks about the shower setup, I think she's talking about Ascent or Provo. Never what I mean. I don't even think that was Ascent. Maybe it was. Because I have seen one pictures of the bathrooms, but I thought that was it's a possibility. But her story is an amalgam of all of the trouble. It's almost like Wayward, like the show Wayward. It's like all of it's like we felt like we were all seen because they took from so many schools. That's exactly Paris Hilton's story of fucking Sea-Doo. It's the same thing as it's fiction. You got it. Partially based in truth, but it's complete fiction. But it's enough that it triggers anybody that fucking reads or watches it. Paris Hilton's memoir is exactly, a good analogy for being like exactly like Wayward.
See, and that's what scares me about, like, writing my book, because, like, there's parts that I want to talk about the second sexual assault. I know I could talk about the Hyde sexual assault, obviously. I want to talk about the second one, and I know there's police records, and I know, there was never a conviction, and I know I can't name the person, but, like, at the same time, like, am I going to get a big fat lawsuit? Like, if I talk about the person in my childhood, am I going to get a big fat lawsuit? Because, like, I don't want to ever come across that I'm lying, but at the same time, like, I don't want to ever say something out of my mouth I can't document factually behind my statement.
I'm bipolar. I'm a crazy person. This is all, like, I don't know any facts. Like, this is all my theories based on my life experience of me watching shit. This is, like, I can't prove anything. I'm not saying I can prove anything, but based on what I think, this is my hypothesis. That's all I can say. Like, this is fully for entertainment and in slightly educational purposes. It's not like, I told you people,
everybody should go down their own rabbit hole.
I'm like, if this is a cult, I posted, Katie, if this isn't a cult, I'm like, I will make what you want me to make. You just keep your fucking actions up, because if this isn't a cult, then fucking prove it's not. It's, either it's a cult or a psyop. I don't know. But you proved it. Now it's.
But didn't you
I don't
start
know which one it is.
Didn't you start by?
It's.
You started by saying the best thing to do is to hide it in plain sight. Wouldn't the best thing to do is, like, desensitize us to not thinking? That's why she jokes, like, haha, I started a cult. Like,
that was the whole thing, and that was what it was, is that I made friends with more survivors after her meme of, Oh, did somebody say Katie cult? And she used that Fisher Price image of my first cult, that like Barbie fucking image of, let me see if I can find that. Hold on. That's
I
worth
still
fucking
feel like an
finding.
asshole for saying like trauma Barbie. Like I wish I picked a better name.
No,
Like I
these are
wish
the
I knew.
ridiculous fucking t-shirts they've made that are like whole rip-off t-shirt. They've made they sold, this is like their biggest seller.
Yeah.
They make fake, the band Hole t-shirts.
Yeah.
They're the big heart that like all their, with fucking Mattel lettering that says Barbie bitch called. That's them taking it back, and it's like, Jesus
Well, I love
Christ.
how everyone
It's
says
been
like
on
how
for 2 years. Those shits been on, they've been selling that shit for 2 years. This is the good one. And then this is you can see if you go to my old website, that's me, my old YouTube that I don't have the password for anymore.
okay.
And then if you click on caribun.com, and there you go, it goes to Paris Hilton's 11/11 impact.
You did go down for 3 days when that happened.
That's just hilarious.
Girl, you went you were done for 3 days. Like I was like, no.
That's just hilarious.
But like that's like they bought traumabarbie.com. Like fuck
The thing
you.
is that you can't care because that's what they want you to care.
I never wanted a website. I have a portfolio.
But yeah, this is the big reason why I deserve to fucking, it's because I was trying to make a fucking point. That you're all people have been trying to fucking kill people for so long. So this is why you were mad. It was because
And let's also talk about our person that we don't talk about in Connecticut tried to get someone to take their own life, which is also another playbook of having people unalive themselves and then leaving web pages up where you bullied them.
And it's like, why are you, like, because the thing is like, when we ask ourselves, why are they still allowed to do this? Why are these places still online? The only answer is because it's supposed to be there. Because you know what I mean? This is her real job. You know what I mean? Like, this, that's the only thing that fucking makes sense.
I don't know about that.
This has been going on for 15 fucking years with this woman.
I just know that.
Years.
Okay, when you say that, that's around the same time that it started on that site that we shall not mention for me as well. And
this is not new shit. She's been doing this for well over a decade.
But that was like in the wild part though is that was in like Northern Virginia. Like I would be spotted out grocery shopping and pictures of me like there were 3.4 million people and pictures of me grocery shopping would be on the internet in an hour. Like the fuck? Like I don't understand.
We're fucking with something very, very, very big. Very, very, very big.
But I feel like looking back, like she's been really close with the Hyde girls. You even have a statement from a Hyde girl she is now close with that she is close with Hyde.
She's a wonderful person. She's been archiving everything for a very long time.
So like how much of this do you like this is what I'm trying not to conspiracy theory, okay? How much of my life getting fucked up has been her without me knowing it?
Say that again?
Or her people. How much of the fuckery with my life, like that site we don't mention, is also antagonized by her? Or one random comment went up about me. Like, how did it become what it is? Like, the fuck? Like, could she have been trolling me for this period of time if she has archived and watched, quote unquote, Hyde people the way the Hyde person told you she does?
Because
it's been about 15 years I've been going through this cyberbullying shit.
So your pink slip, do you believe yet that your pink slip was the survivor community? Because I do.
I sent him the Dear Neighbor letter, and I do think that the police read this because a neighbor brought it to them, and for some reason this got me pink slipped, and it explained that I was speaking out against the TTI, that I was an advocate, that I was being bullied, that I had gotten loud, that I didn't mean to scream, that sometimes like I yell, like I don't mean to yell, but like I will scream because like I don't know what else to do because like no one understands.
And that's the thing is that the survivor community, the cult of survivor community knows that that's our natural reaction after we've been institutionally abused as children. It's not just you. Yeah.
But my neighbor called because she called my landlord and told him I sounded like a banshee and she wanted me evicted. So I wrote a letter to every person on my street up and down it, walked it up and down, put it in their mailbox, greeted them, said, "Hi, I'm Megan. Here's a letter." At the end of it, it said, I don't always heal the right way. If I make you uncomfortable, please contact myself or my husband. Like, if you don't feel comfortable contacting me, please contact my husband. I never mean to scare you.
Right.
And this was like months before I was pink slipped. And that letter was then brought out and given to police and evaluated. Then I was tackled on my front porch and pink slipped for my own good.
Start that all over again? That you were tackled on your own porch, and that's the picture that you have sent me?
So that was when it happened. The picture when I got assaulted by her daughter, yep, and I was screaming for someone to call the cops. He took pictures, she called the cops, she was holding them back. I had been assaulted, and then I got pink slipped.
So who do we... Yeah. The whole thing is, it's like...
Why would that letter have come out to be used against me?
The whole thing is because that's basically like they're trying to make us discredible so that we can't talk, because it's all like you're not allowed to talk unless you're credible, right? And so
on that site this is why I wanted, on that site that I don't want to talk about, they went through a whole dossier of what public posts of mine on Facebook under Trauma Barbie to print to get a protective order against me, and told everyone in a rallying cry, seek protective orders against her now. Do it step by step. This is how you do it. This is how you fuck her over. Like, that's the shit I've been dealing with for the past couple months. Those fake podcasts, that type of shit. Like, fucking, I'm sure the Detective Patton that has the fucking, my fucking husband's car got fucked up that I bought him. Like, what the fuck? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand.
It's, because if you think about it, it's because they're protecting something bigger than just...
And their whole weapon was using me on house arrest. Like, that was fucked up. Did you think, like, I wouldn't talk to police on house arrest? Did you think I wouldn't advocate for my rights?
Oh, she's a felon. She was in prison. It's like...
I'm not a felon, and I'm not on... No, I didn't. The case is not over.
You're a model prisoner. You went well beyond, what you were supposed to do to make sure that
I didn't get in any trouble in jail. I didn't get any sanctions. Not that it means anything. And I worked laundry the whole time. Fun fact, when I called my husband and told him I got my job in laundry, he goes, "You and P. Diddy have the same job." I was mad.
That's funny.
But yeah, like
funny shit though. What was tell me the funny thing that I laughed at when you got back from prison?
I didn't go to prison. I went to county jail.
Okay,
I might go to
county
prison.
Jail, tell me about the thing that I could not stop laughing at.
The thing my lawyer said?
No. That you were walking around because they figured out your fucking pen name.
Oh yeah, the teeny bopper mom that came up every morning. I don't know what.
The tough girls are like, "Hey, Trauma Barbie."
Yeah, no, it wasn't the tough girls. It was this, like, she was fun. She was a good time, and she's like every morning she's like, "Hey, good morning, Trauma Barbie." And I'm like,
that's the most tough shit though, girl. It's like they want to make fun of you. They want to do whatever. You got called Trauma Barbie and fucking in the slammer, girl. Like, that's
but okay, the one
thing
I did like though is like working in laundry. Like, I did get some respect. So like when I came out of my room, they got out of my chair for me. They were nice.
And
I wasn't like a bitchy bitch. I wasn't like a shitty bitch.
Like, that's fucking awesome.
No, it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
I know.
It happened a couple times. One girl was like, "I thought you were like famous or something." I was like, "No, not at all."
Well, you are now. You manifested that.
No, I didn't. This is like the last thing. So like I stand on this platform that like I always just wanted to be like heard, never seen. Because like I almost died in the ICU. That's when I got really, really loud. Like I went through 29 transfusions in 3.5 weeks and was like dying. Like,
you keep saying that. What was the 29 transfusions? When did that start? What was that from?
Okay.
So what, can you talk about this?
Yes, I can talk about certain details about this.
Okay.
So I was at work and my boss was talking to me about something and I started puking in the middle of the conversation. And he goes, this conversation is not going well. Little did I know, I'm chucking up like clots of blood and shit. So I get really hot all of a sudden, and I run to the bathroom, and I like exercise vomit everywhere in the stall. Like, his mom comes later and says, I've never seen that much vomit, and like cackles about it. She said, I thought you had died. So I start crashing out. I don't know what's going on. My blood pressure's like 80/60. EMTs get there. The admin assistant was a combat vet. He's like, you need to go with them now. It turned out I was puking up blood clots and like coffee grind emesis. So I had, they did like so over 3.5 weeks, I was in and out of the ICU. Well, I was discharged once prematurely, ended up back in the ICU 2 days later. During that time, I had 5 endoscopies, 3 surgeries, 2 corroded ulcers in my stomach that were bleeding through. And then I had vomited so much blood, I had blown a hole in my throat from the virus, and I had a bleeding varice that was drowning myself in my vomit from my blood. It was like drowning me actively. And then I had lost so much blood on the table. I almost lost me during surgery. They almost lost me when like I got really, really sick and everything just went dark. I guess they had to put me on a ventilator for a day. It was just, and I had 29 transfusions. I don't know how many of them were like blood transfusions, but I know like a lot of them were I needed like potassium and like all kinds of like crazy shit. And they were gonna like let me go home on Halloween, and I had to like make a spooky dookie. This is the only funny story. And so like I finally poop right and make the spooky dookie, and of course there's blood, so they had to keep me. But what ended up happening is in the first biopsy, they never read it. It took them 2.5 weeks to read it while I was actively dying. And machines were like keeping me alive. I had a stomach bacteria called H. pylori. It's actually very common, but like 5% of the population respond to it like really, really bad, and it kills most people because they don't find it.
Wow.
So yeah. And then like, I don't know, like my body's weird. Like it just fights everything off. I don't get it. So I made it out of that. I'm grateful for that. But I'm pretty sure like I have everybody else's blood in me now.
Oh
Maybe it's like regenerated or recycled, you know, like I don't know. But yeah, so like I was like I was dead basically. And my husband was kicked out of the room, and when I was on the vent and stuff, and they didn't know if I was gonna come out okay. Like it was a good time. So like I kind of decided after that like I was done being quiet. And that's when I got really fucking loud about the TTI and about what I've been through and who I was.
I got really loud after the program came out. Like I was doing it a little. Like I'd always talked about it. Like I've never been shy about it. But after the program, I was like, "That's it. Like I'm not. This is not.
Yeah, I get it.
Anymore. This is not like
So I think that like yours was like the secret of the program. Like you were done. Like I think mine was I was done being ashamed of myself because I had been taught for 15 years that I was basically a fucking monster because like no matter who I am or what like my friend's house I'm at right now, right? Like Margaritaville in the like it's like Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville outside. Like I have a pool, I have a canopy, like she's amazing. Like the first thing I said to her when we met was I was like, please don't believe what you've heard about me. Like please just get to know me. And we went through some shit, and she ended up at my house one night struggling, and I was like, just come in, like I'm here. And she's like, she always brings that up to me, and she's like, I'm so thankful I got to know you.
So let's talk about like the reasons why that people hate me. They say that because I'm making a pro CD documentary, or like I want to talk to staff. A lot of CDU people are friends with staff members on Facebook. Did you see that? It's not because of the same reasons you guys are. Our shit was different. Like, there were people that were nice at CDU, and they've told me extensively important things about being a staff member there and being kind of tricked into being in a weird situation that have been very, very helpful. So much so that I have 28 pounds of CDU documents that were meant to start another school. I'd also like to say, if you went to Hilltop and you want your information, I probably have it. I have a lot of people's stuff on Hilltop that's like your medical record. So if you're listening and you went to Hilltop, find a way to contact me and tell me your name, and I will see if I can find it because I probably have it somewhere. And it's like nothing's crossed out. It's like if you want to try to sue your fucking insurance company, you're gonna need a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, but if you have a lawyer and you have a way to try it, I will give you this shit. I will give you the hard copies of this stuff. So but
Warn
I'm
them
not,
against
yeah.
using Justice Law Collaborative.
There's no use in Justice fucking Law Collaborative whatsoever. No.
And that's not, and that's
Yeah.
for their protection, not because we're trying to say anything bad about anybody. It's for the protection of their voice.
Oh yeah, no. Justice Law Collaborative is horrible. They are like they've shut up absolutely everybody. They've sent me information like I've ever fucking said. They've like tried to trick me into like saying like I'm a part of their like class actions. I'm like, and you are? I've never, I've never, I have never like corresponded with them, and I've gotten things from them. Like I'm a part of them, and I'm like, I don't know how this happened. They've sent me spam basically.
And they're also like, they're taking, I think it was 33%. It might have been 40. I know one lawyer was taking 40 and one was taking 33, and it was when I was with them.
They win nothing, so it doesn't matter. But they make sure that all they do is make sure that nobody can talk about this. That you guys especially can't talk to each other, and then you can't fight with each other because it's yeah.
Speaking of, okay, so I didn't finish. Anyway, so yeah, then when everything happened, sorry, I got sidetracked. So when all that happened and I almost died, in Hilltop, yes, reach out to Kari. I trust her 100% there. I didn't even know that. Holy shit, that's incredible. Like,
Tons.
Holy shit, like, that's incredible. That's good for them.
I told somebody to tell an organization, but yeah, I mean, no, yeah, it's like tons. So yeah, like.
Well, there's just so few organizations you could trust.
Yeah. It's, if I will only give it to the people that went to, this will not be I'm not giving this to anybody, but if you went to Hilltop, you contact me. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. But, no, so, like, I started a lawsuit for getting fired because, like, while I was in the ICU after, it wasn't even 5 o'clock the same day, I was terminated by an email saying, I hope you get better and you get the help you need because I was really sick at work. He was like, but we're going to terminate your employment. And so then I went through this EEOC claim, and like, he's kind of like not important, but important. So like, then it got like a lot of local stuff kind of like brewing. So like, I feel like I've been like having targets for multiple reasons, but I do think that intentionally that this group of people has knowingly, intentionally, and purposefully exacerbated it in my life as well. If not created it, then circled back around to amplify it anytime I had anything happen.
It's just habitual. It's just,
yes.
It's such like clockwork. Sick. It's like we're all a little autistic, therefore we can see patterns, right? This pattern was fucking clear as day. It was in people saying, oh, the mean girls are at it again. Oh, the mean girls are at it again. And when Hannah Kay broke up with me, basically, when Hannah Kay wouldn't be friends with me anymore, and I'd like be like called Rocky. I'm like, Rocky, Hannah won't talk to me anymore. I just want to make sure you're still my friend. And Rocky's like, yeah, we're so cool. Like, I barely know Hannah. You're like my real friend. I'm like, thanks, Rocky. Because like when I started my documentary and like I went out there, like it was because I missed Survivor's Prom because I thought that you guys were my fucking friends. And so when I started I flew out there and like I missed that. So that was like my way of trying to like connect with like and be a part of something positive like you supposedly did with fucking Survivor's Prom. And when Rocky was a part of my documentary, that was a small part of that. Like, it's like me, you guys fucking called my dad, told him I didn't know Paris, and fucking my dad had found a way to throw me in the fucking hospital. And I didn't get to go to Survivor's Prom, so this is seriously all your fucking fault. Like, anything you want to say that, like, I'm CIA, I'm Psyop's girl. Somebody took me on a fucking roof and said, they don't believe your story for some reason. You have to stop talking about your documentary. You have to stop saying Paris Hilton's name, but they're not going to let you leave. You want me to, you think that I'm not mad about that? Think fucking again. I will die on this. I will fucking live and die on this fucking hill. Yes.
So before the house arrest situation, when the pink slip happened, I did think that that was exacerbated by this because that was during the inked competition and that letter was weaponized against me. That letter was mental health related. Using that was a very specific tool at that time to have ready and ready to roll. And I had been public about posting it and what I had done with that letter, and then I had given a copy to every neighbor. It's not hard to figure out where I live. It's not hard to figure out where I live. I've lived here, like the judge asked, how long have you lived there? Going on 2 years, sir. Like, you could find someone. So I think that the reason I was attempted to be probated in less than 72 hours and put under the state's ward when I was pink slipped was to silence me. I don't know if it was people working together, but I know who it was.
Right.
I know who it was.
You know, we have to think about this. This is a Wonderland situation. You are all fucking munchkins, man. You got to get the fuck out of there. Like, it's just.
I had to go through getting out of 2 cults, learning I was in a cult, and then getting out of 2 cults in like 2 weeks.
Cult expert, and you see Meg Applegate, troubled teen industry expert. Really, bitch, what you an expert at? What fucking place did you go at? What you know about CEDU? Do you know
I don't
about
know.
fundamental Baptist schools? Like, seriously, it makes me so angry that she calls herself
I heard
fucking
she
that.
like threw herself at someone at some conference or something, or like some like reunion something. I don't know. What? She made someone feel there was a male, a cis male, feel very uncomfortable
Meg Applegate did?
at an event. And so did Katie Mack. And I was like, you know Katie Mack's gay, though. He's like, yeah, but that still didn't make me not feel uncomfortable with her behavior.
She's just a creep.
I was like, what?
I was
like, what?
All they can do is make fun of us. Go ahead. It's called iCarly on fucking purpose. It's like, it's supposed to be funny. We're making fun of you. Go ahead. Like, seriously, I want
to make like a guzzling dick. Like, I want to make like a guzzling dick motion, but I know they'll make a gif out of it, so I'm not gonna
I know,
do it.
right? No, like, I have upstairs, it just needs, but I even have like the little freaking things that Sam had when she's on our
She was even talking about the goat. She was like, she thought I sent her a goat.
I did.
And she's like, to think that is so unhinged.
Wait a minute.
I was like, to comment on it.
Girl, she's seen, Katie can see, because I cut that out. The goat part, I cut that out.
She made a comment about it. I saved it.
She can hear, she's talking to my computer then, because I cut that out. She can hear.
Stop, no, there's no fucking way, no.
I swear to God that
shut up, because she even wrote like
I took that off.
Stop, because she even wrote like, yeah, she in some weird delusional unhinged way thinks I sent her some goat in the mail.
Because if she talked about that earlier, she's hacked to my computer then, because that was not public.
Oh my God. Okay. Oh, stop. I need to find the evidence. Okay.
Yeah, I took that out. I took that out of the podcast. I didn't say that in the podcast.
Archiving everything. Threaten me with legal, bitch. I'll legal you.
That's some funny fucking shit, because also I see some weird statistic in the podcast that like it's getting podcasting somewhere I can't account for.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking at it, but like, you know, there's 2 places that it's also getting podcasted for that I didn't say so. I didn't say that it could go there. I don't know what it is. I've never seen it before, but no, she's definitely hacked this before then, because I took that out. I definitely took that goat shit out. I remember taking it out.
Okay, I'm gonna send you the comments when we get off, just so I don't like fuck up my app right now. But yeah,
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it the whole fucking time. You stupid cunt.
Because like I have to archive everything now that I've been threatened with legal. I have to protect myself.
No, I know the whole thing is like I knew it. I've always known that she's been fucking hacking my shit, and that's just proof of it. So it's like,
oh my God.
Yeah, keep going. Keep saying that like I'm crazy. That I'm CIA. You're seriously. You just proved so hard who you are. Like,
is this like live? Are we like live?
I took out that goat thing. I took out that goat part. I totally took it out.
We need to get really good about not using names and just go fucking live.
I know. Well, no, that would be you, girl. That's your fault. Or you just have to you have to make sure that there's not a name that you can't say. Or I
Yeah.
wonder if we could figure out a way to say every
Listen,
time
I
you say
can-
that word, a fucking duck or something stupid like happens, so that like.
But listen, I can say it. She's not taking legal action against me. I just don't want her give her the ammunition she's looking for.
Oh, so we haven't said a word because we didn't say the second word. So all of this is actually we could air everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just no, I'm not gonna.
No, I'm not under a cease and desist. I'm not under any police orders. I've been in contact with police. I have sent them evidence packets. I have to just have faith that like people will understand that it is a targeting issue at this point, and I am just trying to document, archive, and do the right thing.
She's gonna pink slip me again. Every single one of my doctors knows about my documentary.
Bitch,
It's like
that's why I said Katie Mack said when one ends up in grippy socks and one ends up in prison.
Seriously, please try. Like it's just it would be so funny.
But-
like
That's 4 days time span, right? I've been home like 72 hours. So that's 3.5 days time span. 2 pink slip comments have been made by 2 people associated with one person we both believe is involved in both of our pink slips.
it's just so funny. It's like, okay, if you tried that, I know what to do now, but it's like I have. Everybody
Oh,
in
see,
my
I'm
life
dumb.
loves
I'd
me.
probably still get pink slips.
Do you want to say that why? I'm bipolar? Yeah, I'm bipolar. So my psychiatrist knows. Yeah, like, I mean, because she's like, all her things are like, this one's extremely bipolar.
I'm
take
so
plenty
mad.
of medication, like my fucking.
I'm
it's-
okay. So like the lawyer that told me I'm your lawyer, not your therapist, right? Okay. I'm so mad at him, right? So like I think I can tell you this because like that's a court of record, so I'm allowed to speak, right?
Mhm.
So like they took court transcripts, like there is records, you know what I mean? So that's public, right? Because they have to file something. Okay, so like he walks in and he goes, are you ready to talk to the judge? Because I was supposed to do it on Thursday, but I had no idea I was talking to the judge, and I'm about to shit a brick. So I just I hold up my iPad, and he's like, okay, good girl, and I'm like, all right. So I ended up, like scared as shit. Like I didn't realize I stumbled over all my words. Like I sounded like a lunatic. And my lawyer had to keep like, doing this to my back to slow me down. And I got mad at him because I saw him walk over to the prosecutor and I knew exactly what he did. And he's like, you want to say she acts all whacked out on the camera? Like, that's just her.
Right.
I'm just like,
Like, don't
But,
speak
like-
for me, right? Yeah.
but like at the same time, like that's like the things about my personality that are getting me judged and like persecuted are trauma responses. And nobody seems to fucking connect this
it's
dot.
because they don't care because they're just trying to make us react because this is either a cult or a fucking part of a greater government conspiracy that the troubled teen industry needs to exist in the fucking first place. Paris Hilton helping them regulate it by fucking
Wait.
allowing NatSap to be a part of her Sicka bill has just made it so this is just going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. Do you have to go? Is it time for you to go?
No, I'm trying to see if he's okay.
Do you want us to take a little break? You want to take 5 minutes?
We can we?
Yeah. So hold on, we're gonna.
Do you want to check on Jen?
You know what? Let's call this like one episode, and if we come back in a minute, we can call it a second episode. Do you want to do that?
Okay, all right,
All right.
yeah.
So this is part 1.
And you kind of got my story out, so that works. And
Yeah, and this is 2 hours. So like, but we might come back, but let's. Just
I might not want to.
What?
I
No,
might
right,
not
no,
want
all
to.
right. No, yeah, we just did a 2-hour podcast. All right, there's plenty of yeah.
All
So,
right.
thank you for listening. We got a little bit of Megan's story. We'll get more soon. But this has been
Trauma Barbie.
and Ikari.
I wasn't expecting that. All right, I love it.
I love it.